is my autobiography, yeah. From I was a small youth. Well, put it this way, from me did have sense, yeah, from me little bit. Yeah. Just wanna start from where I can remember really, yeah. Yeah, going back into the 60s. I can remember my dad getting up early in the morning going to work. Yeah, these times we was living at 61 Dalton Street, and I can always remember creeping out my bed or running over to the window watching my dad walk through the snow, high snow like all, so 4 foot, probably more up. My dad just, stepping through the snow going to work. And I did really feel sorry for him still, because them times, looking out the window, it was all night time, it was dark still, snow still drying down, everything. That time my mom had, the mom looking after me, my sister them, But, as the years going through on Rere, could remember, I don't even know what age I was, but even when I was small and that, I used to give my mom one heap of trouble, and it was like that, it wasn't fair on my mom, because she have us to look about on this, and I used to just give my mom hell, more time I used to get beaten from my mother, which I did well deserve, Sometimes I used to be in places I'm not supposed to be, climbing people back garden, climbing on them wall, or even throwing stone, breaking window and them thing. When the neighbors used to come around, telling mommy and that, that time I have to run for cover. More time me used to run, hide underneath the bed. But it didn't take, long before my sister then come upstairs to help my mom. My sister then used to pick up the bed so that my mom could just draw me out from underneath the bed, and then boy, when I say I used to get beaten, I used to get beaten. But as I say, I did deserve it, Sometimes my mother that beat me, she have to stop just to take a good breather, because she beat me on her hand just to get sore on them thing there, But those was the good old days, Although I was rude them time, But as I say, when I used to know that I was gonna get beaten and not, boy, I used to make sure so me pad up myself, stuff my clothes with all sheet, jump on them thing, just that when I get beaten, so I wouldn't really feel the licks, But as I said, those was the good old days, Sometimes, even if my mom could grab hold of something, I don't know if I can remember the vanity case them, even if it was to get the vanity case just to lick me, good and proper, Sometimes the vanity case did just connect that good. So boy, those was the good old days. We couldn't wait for my dad to come from work still, because, them days it was like fish and chips, And the fish and chips days, them, boy, them times you used to get proper fish and chips and enough fish. Well, enough chips anyway, but them times they used to wrap up the fish and chips in the Express and Star, just the sauce of paper, some more time, sometimes when you all put your chips in your mouth, could also see the writing off of the paper upon the chips, if not upon the fish, you know what I mean? But them days was sweet. Fish and chips, Corona pop, or 3-4 bottle of pop sometimes my dad used to buy, and the pop used to go in no time at all. What else can I remember now? Yeah, the mug them, I don't know, remember the big mug them we used to drink out of? The big the big metal mug, you know. Sometimes we used to call it army mug, but them times, you know, you could pour your pop, Ribena or whatever in there and, you know, get more than your fair share of drink, you know. And when my dad used to make tea, them days, I don't know if you remember the green tea trash. Yeah, well, my dad, you know, me can always remember my dad and make tea trash, you know. And if it was my dad making it, it was my mum, you know. That time you have to strain the tea trash, you know, in the strainer, so that more time when you drink the tea and not the tea leaves or the tea trash don't go down in your throat, you know. So we used to have to strain the tea trash or green tea, whatever you call it. We as kids, my mom used to make us, if it's not Ovaltine, which I didn't like at all. If it wasn't Ovaltine, it was Milo. And if it wasn't Milo, we used to have the Horlicks. Remember the Horlicks? What coming like white milk, but boy, me never really liked the Horlicks. Neither the Bonneville. When I can remember the Bonneville, well, boy, so it used to leave some nasty taste on my mouth. But you know, them days was the hard days, and those days was the good days. Yeah, more time, all backless shoes. Remember the backless shoes them my sister them used to wear and my mom. All the high heel shoes. More time like coming to beating on them thing, boy. More time if my mother did get her high heel shoes and lick me with it, boy, is then would I feel the pain, you know. Cause them high heel shoes and that, boy, did have some truthful pant on it, you know. And them days, boy, when we used to get lick with the high heel shoes, me definitely did get the pint. You know, but boy, those was the good old days. Yeah. Yes. Don't know if you can remember. Anyway, more time, you know, when my mom making Sunday dinner and that, boy, you know, we couldn't wait for Sunday to come, you know. But them days, boy, you know, all times was on all the way, you know, all the families them, you know. But them days, you know, like I could wish that I was having more of the chicken breast instead of having the neck of the chicken, because that's one thing, boy, me didn't love. But them days, boy, the chicken neck was like it coming like the breast of the chicken, you know. But more time, boy, you couldn't really take the meat out of the neck as you would love to when you eat the chicken breast, you know, because with the neck now, boy, you have to sort of bite into it away and just suck on the neck, you know, just to drink out the juice out of the neck, you know. You know, sometimes you're like, you know, really draw down on the neck, you know, just to get the last piece of juice out of it. But boy, the chicken days, the Sunday dinner and them things, if we didn't have brown rice and that, you know, probably would have to just eat the sauce of white rice. But you know, either way, you know, the sauce of white rice was equivalent to the brown rice still, you know, although the rice did sauce, you know. All gungo peas, you know, we used to have with the rice, and if it's not gungo peas and that is like the stew peas, you know, the brown peas, you know, just that the rice could turn brown on them thing there. After we have this Sunday dinner, can always remember, you know, me used to sneak out some of my sister them dinner, you know, like when I've done gone upstairs to the toilet and that. You know, me used to just take my big spoon and just scrape out some of the rice and chicken, you know, all the spud, because we used to have spud with it, you know, sauce of spud. But you know, them days, as I say, you can't really beat them days there. All like night time, bedtime and that, you know, as I say, I used to give my mother some worries on that, why. That's why I used to get the beating. But as I say, I did well deserve it, you know. Used to tease me brother them, you know, that time there's more children now that born and that. I used to tease my brother Alec. And Alec was one for crying and that, you know. any little thing or nothing would just walk, in the corner by the front door, especially when him know say my dad was coming in from work. Or when he used to watch the time that him know say my dad are coming from work, he used to just go into the corner and put on him cry. Him artificial cry. He used to like cover him eye and go that time, say daddy can hear him from way down the road, And then as my dad come in, would say what's wrong, and him would probably say Mick lick him, or we throw something after him, or something that my dad could tell me off. And if it was me that was getting the tell off, it was my two other sister. And if it wasn't, Bev or Janice's Carol, but it was mainly me, Bev or Janice that was getting the tell off for me, my brother, And that's why I feel say why him voice so deep now. It's because all the straining upon him voice him used to do when him start to cry, or to put on the crying on them thing, So, like night time in bed and that, we would have to make sure say we wrap up good, because especially winter days and that, why, my dad used to light the lamp. If it was my dad, it was my mom, we used to have a paraffin lamp, So the lamp would have to share around the house them days, like it would have to warm up the girls them room, and as a room hot and not, like my sister them would go in the room and that and go to bed and that, that time you still have to throw about 5 thick blanket on top of you, just to try to keep yourself warm. And sometimes, like if my mom did have the money, and my dad, them would buy like hot water bottle, So you throw the hot water in it, and you throw the hot water bottle in the bed, like, so you can keep your foot them warm, But like if you did get the cheap water bottle them, is then you would know about it, because the buckle just bust on your boy, your foot definitely get warm up good, And if your foot never get hot up good and that, boy, your foot will get scald, As them days, boy, if you get scald with hot water and that, boy, you definitely get scared up, Remember when my brother was at them days anyway, like we did have coal fire. This is going now to 22 St. Mark's Road days. We did have a coal fire. Me used to have to, make the fire. My mom wasn't at home and my dad at work. We used to have to get the whole newspaper them and just screw them up. Put it in the bottom anyway to make the fire. Me used to have to chop up wood. Sometimes me was, if me couldn't find wood around the house and not know me, would I feel like break off some of my next door neighbor them fence and help get up, just to make the wood for the fire. So most probably the Fosters say, them I wonder how, big hole in them fence and them thing because of me, or to like just break out certain of the fence, like just to make up the fire. And if it wasn't the Fosters, then it was the Robinsons' fence. Me used to just tear down, just help, build a fire for inside the house, Used to put the wood on top of the paper, and then from the paper, we put the coal. Or even before the coal, like them used to have something them called fire starter. It was like some white, black, coming like wood, but it was, it was to help to build the fire anyway, to help make the coal burn quick, Because we used to have a cellar, and that cellar was dark and scary, boy. Sometimes my sister them used to lock me up in the cellar, and shout out, "Duppy! The Duppy gonna get you, Due to that, me used to cry and beat down the door because sometimes they used to lock the door with the cellar key. But, talking about it now, you could have a good laugh about it. St. Mark's Road days was the days that, everything used to go on, Sometimes, like me in my bed with my brother them, and, if I come in late, I'm not like, from watching the telly or whatever, I used to just go in between my brother them and just put my cold foot, you know, put my cold saucer foot on my brother them boy and just take, you know, take the heat off them. And sometimes, you know, Alec used to either wake up and realize what I was doing or not, but if not, you know, me used to just get the warmth off them foot, you know, because them days was just his body heat that was doing it, you know. So from me in between my brother, Alec and Vin and that, you know, we could just catch the warmth, you know. But why, those was the days. But you know, we used to have to either make the fire so the fire could eat the water up that we can bathe on them thing, you know. And if I didn't make the fire on that, you know, I'd have to either put on a washing machine, like throw water in the washing machine, you know, and put the machine just to heat up the water. We could bail out the water out the washing machine to bring up the hot water. You know, whether if it was going to bathe or not, you know, we'd have to just scoop out the water and, you know, run upstairs and throw it in the bath and them things. But I can even remember before we did that bath, we used to have a big metal steel bath. I don't know if you can remember the metal steel bath we used to have. My mummy used to bathe me and my brother them in it, you know. Because them days like was hard and that, and we did have a metal bath. Them times, you know, probably would call it a pan. We used to have a metal pan that, you know, my mother used to bathe me in that, you know. But as the years was growing and that, like, you know, we used to heat up the water in the washing machine and run upstairs with the pan and throw the water in the bath, you know. But sometimes when you throw the water in the bath and you run back downstairs, you go bail out some more water to the washing machine. By the time you come up and throw the water in the bath and that, the first lot gone cold. So, you know, things was really hard on them things. So really and truly, probably would have to throw about 4 or 5 scoops of water into the bath and just hope that you can get a good wash, you know. But them was the days, boy. But I think it was my sister them room that really was the coolest, you know. Them did have a big room at the front upstairs, and you know, you can sometimes you could all see iceberg I grew up on the ceiling and that, you know, where you can see say it was well cool and them thing, you know. I can remember the bedroom, sometimes the bedroom door, you know, we used to have to like hook it off to go in the room and hook it back on, you know, you can stay shut. Even my sister them wardrobe was like that. I can remember when Carol used to just hook off the wardrobe door and put it one side that she can go in just for sort out what clothes she gonna wear, or whether it's our nightie she was getting or whatever, you know. And we used to have a big green blanket, which if me not lying, I think so we still have that same big heavy green blanket somewhere down the house now, you know. That blanket, boy, you know, I used to carry the swing nowadays, them days anyway. We all did have a cat named, well, I forget the name of the cat, you know, but we used to have some cat anyway, whether it's Tim, and if not, you know, it was either shh, 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 shh. That's how my dad and my mom used to call the cat in, you know, just for coming from outside, you know, them used to go shh, 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 shh. Or if not, them used to go ch 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 ch. That time the puss used to, you know, come in quick when you made shh, 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 or ch 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 ch, you know. I tell you, you know, even when my dad, that time I look a bit, when my dad used to take me to the toilet before me go to bed, you know, and just to make my dad, just to make me wee quick, my dad used to go shh, 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 and then boy, you could see, so, you know, the wee gonna just come out quick and, you know, just come out quick on way and them things, and them used to do the same with Alec, Vin, and Conrad, you know. Them times anyway is 7 away, so, you know, it's like every time my mom went into hospital, you know, me thought say his baby she was gonna come back with, you know. Them days, you know, me did look a bit of me thought say every time mommy got to hospital, even if she was just sick with her foot or whatever, we thought say, you know, them would just give her a baby, you know. Because, you know, we used to like look out the window that time, we used to think say mommy gonna bring back a new baby, you know. Until like as I was growing up on that, you know, me realised it wasn't so. You know, but I'll tell you, bringing up 7 kids, it was hard. Well hard. But boy, my mom did have it hard for it. Even my dad, but mainly my mom, because she did have to look after the 7 away, you know. And as I said, I used to give my mom hell. Although the chins, them used to live a few hundred yards on the road, and that like sometimes my mom used to bring me down there, you know, that she can just keep an eye on me, and my sister then can look after me, other brothers and sisters, you know. But those days, boy, those was the days. Night time, you know, we used to have the chimney. I don't know if you remember the chimney days. That time we used to have different colors. I can remember we used to have a red chimney, and if I'm not lying, a blue one, you know. But if you did look at the bottom of the chimney, then you can see where Daddy used to hold him cigarette them in the chimney, because he used to have the cigarette burn marks at the bottom of them, you know. But them chimney, them they come in handy, you know. Instead of you getting up to walk to the cold toilet and that, you know, you have the chimney there, you know. And if we didn't have the chimney, you know, mainly anyway, my dad used to have a big metal pail that them used to use in the room, you know. But I tell you, the pail, they come in well handy, you know. Yeah, I can remember when Mommy used to kill fowl in the back garden. This is down at 22 St. Mark's Road. I can remember she did get a black fowl anyway, a live one. And I can remember she was putting the fowl underneath like a metal pan, or, you know, it was like a pan anyway, but something heavy, you know, and she was a fight with this fowl, you know, to get it underneath, you know, that she can chop off the neck, you know. And I tell you, boy, just thinking about it them days, boy, you know, it just did sick it to me, you know. Cause just I see the blood just run down the hill. We did have like a slope in the back garden, you know, a concrete slope. You can just see all the blood just run down. But I feel, you know, Mommy used to get the if it was not, well, yeah, I think it was a chopper. If it was not chopper anyway, it was a machete, but I think it was a chopper, you know. That Mommy used to just like kneel down on the pan, and you can see the fowl head, you know, just a struggle to try to get where. And Mommy used to like just a chop on the neck, you know, and I say, you brute, you. That time I could hear the fowl just a scream, you know, like I make some really wailing noise and that, boy, and, you know. But them days anyway, it was hard times, and it was like food for we to eat and that, boy, but I tell you, it was sickening. You know, just I see all the blood especially just run down the hill, down the slope in the garden. You know, but I can remember when Mommy killed the fowl, chop off the head and just say, you brute, you know. That time she must have get a 1 or 2 chop, you know. But them days, boy, it was deadly. Even the younger brothers, them, and that because Mommy used to push the baby them in the pram, you know. That time me go fast with Mommy pram them. Because she is not just 1 or 2 pram she did have, she got through She got through a few pram, you know, but me used to break them up to make go-kart, you know. That me can play like on the go-kart with my brother them, even Ewing, because Ewing used to come around and help, you know, help me and push my brothers them on the go-kart them, you know. That time I used to make the go-kart out of wood and nail. So if it's not the fastest fence me I'll chop down for help make me go-kart is the Robinson's fence, you know. Sometimes, you know, if it come to it, would have to climb over the over Charlie back garden into the Dunstan's back garden to look look for wood, you know, just to help make the go-kart and them thing. Or we used to like push the go-kart in the entry out on the street, and sometimes we used to go down the subway down in Chapelash, you know, just to test out the go-kart if it really good. Sometimes when we go too fast and we take the bend on that, you know, we just crash and scrape up with skin, you know. We used to go through enough trousers and shoes and, you know, but enough beating, because when mommy said, you know, we clothes rip up or our shoes tear through and them things, boy, it used to be hell. Yeah, those were the days. Yeah, those was the good old days. I cannot remember when, if any of us did have a nosebleed, if it wasn't mommy, or, well, put it this way, mommy used to get the cellar key anyway. If we did have nosebleed, she used to put the cellar key down with back, you know, so that the cellar key would help the nosebleed to stop, you know. Because we used to have like a cellar key on that, like on a string. So whether if it was on our back or the front away on that, right, the cold saucer key, you know, supposed to help my nose to stop to bleed, you know, and I think it used to do the trick, you know. All the herb days, I tell you, when we didn't know, say it was time for us to drink herb, I tell you, them was the times where, you know, we hide, you know, because herb days it was rough. It's not the herbs what other people might say, yeah man, you know, you don't run away from that. It's not like sensimania or whatever, it was herbs. Herb as in sulfuric, you know, senapad, you know, herb to wash out the inside, you know. Tell you, when my mom used to make the herb and that, boy, I used to just cry, because she used to just watch until we drink it, you know. She wouldn't even make we put sugar in it or anything, you know, just to take the bitterness away. We used to have to just drink the sauce of herb. Sometimes, you know, like if my mom did get distracted and she had to go in the kitchen and that, you know, me used to just lift up the carpet and just pour the herb underneath the carpet and make the carpet just soak up the herb. And me go on like say me finish, you know. That time mommy used to ask me if me drink it all, and me say yeah. And she say, you sure? And me say, yeah, look. So me used to just walk my mouth and make she say, you know, we did drink the herb. That time the carpet just soak up the herb, you know. And my sister them used to do the same thing. If it wasn't throwing the herb underneath the carpet or not, you know, it's either I throw it somewhere or on the back of the chair or somewhere where, you know, evidence wouldn't be there, you know. But herb days and that, why couldn't take it. Sometimes like if it was good, you know, mommy probably would have put like a spoonful of sugar in the herb that we can drink it quicker, or my dad, you know. But normally it was just the sauce of herb. And I tell you, boy, when you lick that toilet there, that is when you know, say, everybody have to just run, because the herb used to just make your belly just run, you know. And when you are sit down on the toilet and that, boy, you do it's just water. It just come in like say you turn on the water if you run about, you know. You do just a run fast, you know. And sometimes when you think say you want to win, or whether if you want to pop, you know, you good for all the strength for pop. That time you have on your trousers or your skirt and that, you know, you just diarrhea yourself up, you know. Sometimes, you know, like all the doodle never come out, you see. So all the time when you think says win, you want to win, it's diarrhea, whether you know you breathe or you panty, you know. So sometimes, you know, it was best that you make sure say you know the whole of the diarrhea come out of your system, you know. And then there's, you know, when you're on the toilet and that, you know, if we run out of toilet roll and that, boy, we have to use the tough toilet paper, you know, the government paper, where it have written on it, you know, please, something like, you know, you have to put it back after use, you know, government property. It was right on the hard toilet roll paper. you know. And if we didn't have the tough toilet roll and that, is I'm not saying we used to have the soft toilet paper here, but that used to go quick, you know. Cause more time, you know, instead of they use paper for throw down in the toilet, in the water, so when you sit down on the toilet now, the water not going to splash on your bottom when you do, you know. That time I roll out enough of the soft toilet tissue to put in the toilet water, so when me sit down on the toilet now, me know say they're not going to splash the water and make the water splash at my bottom, you know. Or sometimes by certain things me used to eat, especially like if me did eat banana late at night, mommy used to say, you know, if me eat banana late at night, it go and go bind up my belly, you know. But she used to say, go and go bind up your gut, and I tell you, the banana bind up my belly for true. More time now when I sit down on the toilet and not want doodle, the doodle can't come out, you know. That time I sit down on the toilet and I go, I try strain it and I force it up, boy. That time you see living eye water come out of my eye, you know, doodle can't come out. All when you can feel say half of the doodle just a come out and that, and you might take a breather now. That time the doodle nearly come out, and as you go to take a breather, the doodle go back up inside your gut, and you have to start again, boy. But them days, boy, when your belly bind up and that, boy, the doodle tough, you know. That's why best fit. Make sure you put some tough newspaper under the toilet so the paper can catch your doodle instead of the water just splash and I'll give you a shower or a bath, you know. Those was the days, boy, you know. And sometimes like if we don't have toilet roll and that, boy, well, me can remember when me used to have to use like the Express and Star or the Daily Mirror or the Sun, you know, just for use that for just wipe the doodle out of my body. And if me never wipe the doodle good out of my body and that now, when you come for mommy to start washing the clothes, them and that, boy, and when she see my brief and that, she used to come in the room or downstairs and show me is what this, that time I have pure skid marks in my brief. And she said, more time, you know, whether it's beat, she beat me or lick me and that, you know, she used to like say, me keep telling you wipe your bottom good, you know, you're not wiping your bottom good, could I? That time my brief full of pure skid marks, you know, coming like the M1 motorway, you know, just go up and down and them thing there, you know. But as me was growing and that, me can, you know, remember if I wipe my body good, you know, like wipe out the doodle, so, you know, the last drop now, as you check the, whether if it's toilet roll or the tough newspaper and that, for me to say there's no doodle upon it, you know, so your bottom clean. But them days and that, like me know, so me never used to wipe my bottom good, that's why my mom used to have to struggle and, you know, wash out my brief, you know. And, you know, up to this day anyway, my mom is a good wash, you know, but his washing machine I carry this room now. But them days and that, when my mama wash, whether if it's my clothes or the rest of me family clothes and that, my mom used to have a way where she used to just kneel down in the bath, you know, and scrub. She just scrub the clothes, you know, and you can just hear the squeaking sensation of the clothes, you know, that one, you know. Just I make some squeaky noise and that, boy, and even when me was growing up and that, the amount of times me try to do that, just to get that out of the clothes and that, me couldn't do it, you know. Me used to ask my mom off, you know, how to do it and that. She used to show me, but I couldn't get it right, you know. I like when it come to the cooking and that, my mom used to call me in the kitchen, you know, to watch her how to cook. And every time, you know, I used to like watch her a while, if not help her to cut, you know, 1 or 2 spud on them little green thing, the sprout them, you know. Me used to help her cut them, but when was I cut or peel the potato, them days we never did have like potato peeler, you know, we just did have to use the saucer knife to cut the spud. And when me used to cut the spud, boy, me used to cut it, you know, the potato could be that big, and by the time me finish peel it and that, boy, it's something little so, you know. That time I junk up the spud, you know, because me just peel way through the spud. You know, and my mom used to like conk me and say, don't junk up the spud, peel it right, and she used to show me over and over again how to peel potato. But more time me just junk the spud, you know, just peel out some big trunk, you know, big chunks of it. Yeah. Them times we want to go outside to play with Earl and Billy them, you know, in the back garden, you know, or if not with the Robinsons them, because we used to make some goalposts in the back garden. You know, one time we have grass, pure grass in the back garden and that, until like when the Fosters them come on the scene now and we link up and the Robinsons them, our back garden turned into football pitch, and also the Fosters, you know. 1 minute there's grass and then the next minute is just mud. No grass, all the grass burn out, you know, like we just kick it out and everything. But those days, you know, we used to have a good laugh still. Cause the Fosters them used to have a dog them called Scamp. And the amount of ball that Scamp bite up and burst, you know, because every time we was playing football, the ball used to go over the Fosters and house and, you know, dropping where Scamp is and that. And before we could even get to the ball, Scamp burst the ball. So one day, you know, me decide that, you know, we're not gonna make this happen now again. So we get, you know, we get the broomstick and start bang the wall with the broomstick, you know, just for tease Scamp. So Scamp would like go to where the stick knocking on the wall. And then would just jump up and start back. That time we used to just send Vina or Alec over, you know, to climb over and get the ball before Scamp burst it, you know. But, you know, we had a laugh, you know. What else was there? There's enough things, you know, as I say, I was rude them days, you know, I used to climb out with big tree, you know. Especially if, you know, some mama gonna go beat me and that, me used to just run out the back and, you know, jump up on the tree and climb in the big tree and hide that she couldn't get to me, you know. But if me never did make it and me slip on that tree there, mommy used to just get a tree branch, yeah, and just draw all of the leaves off of the branch and just give me a good beat, you know. And if it's not a tree branch I use for me, it's a hose, you know, like the washing machine hose. And I tell you, the beat that you shook down, you know, for the water, if you go inside the washing machine and that, boy, anytime when that used to catch my back or my bottom, boy, me used to feel it, you know. So more time, you know, from, you know, me gonna get beat, me have to make sure so me hide the hose, the flex, and hide the belt, you know. That mommy couldn't beat me and that come more time if she couldn't find nothing, even if it's our backless shoes or iron shoes, and that, you know, it's our hand she have to use to beat me, you know. But as I said, me did deserve it because I used to give her hell, you know. But boy, those days St. Mark's Road, I tell you know. But more time I used to sneak out and come in late, you know. That time when me coming in now, me know so me can open up the cellar hatch, so me can climb down the cellar hatch to go down in the cellar, that me can come up the cellar stairs and come inside the house, you know. But sometimes, you know, them used to find out, say sneak out, so they make sure so them lock the cellar door. So that means that me can't come in on the house, me have to go back through the cellar, come up the hatch and face the consequences by knocking the door, if not ringing the bell. Them days, you know, me did put a wind-up bell. Remember the wind-up bell me did have on the door? Like you have to wind it up and, you know, when you press it on that, the wine will start wear down until you have to wind it up again. But, you know, them days me would have to knock the door and really, you know, and face the consequences and take me beating, you know. Until like when me come a certain age and that, you know, me get my own front door key. But still, you know, I used to sneak out. I used to make dummy in the bed. So my parents and my things and me sleeping and that, you know. That time I sneak out of the bedroom window and climb on the kitchen roof, you know, to go out and play with my friends them or go to a disco or whatever. it was not till like when me come in now, sometimes the front door with a lock or the night latch put on that me have to knock the door to come back in. But sometimes like, you know, I used to think some used to get away with it where you open the front door, come in now. And it's when me come up the stairs now. And it happened to me enough of the time then, as me reach the second to last stairs to go up into my room, the stairs creak. Recognize like when that noise make a knock boy, all me sees that the passage light turn on, the upstairs light turn on. That time is my mom. And me say, good evening mommy. Good evening. That is mommy. Good evening. You think say is man? This is mommy, I said this to me. You think say is man, now you see that get heavy? That time she have the belt in her hand, boy, and me say me used to get some beating. Sometimes me have to run down auntie just for, you know, just to don't get no more beating on them thing. Because my dad never used to beat me, you know. It was always my mom, but mainly me. And because of me and that right is me used to give my mom money for, you know, trouble and problems, you know. But it was mainly me that was getting the beating, you know. Being into me, they wouldn't listen. My ears was too hard on them things. That time my daddy in bed asleep on you know, probably I listen to me and get beaten on them things. But my dad wouldn't lay him fingers on none of it. As him always say, when you're beating your children and all you're doing is just marking up them skin. And I believe that too. But you think them things can go on now. you try lick your child or your children, them boy, them have a thing them called child line. Or you know, social services and that. You know, them days, you know, you can't get away with. You know. Or when we used to go to school, we did a PE. That time, as me take off my shirt now, or my t-shirt, we put on my PE kit. The teacher used to ask me, Mick, what are those marks on your back? That time I only didn't know the marks them as whale. So me used to say, it's a whale, miss. And she says, a whale, what's a whale? You know, that time me trying to explain her what a whale is, and that time, you know, she never know. But them days, you know, used to get, you know, a lot of we used to get away. Our parents used to get our parents used to get away with a lot of things them days. But as I said, now things just change. You know? Yeah. Yeah, I can remember when mommy used to bathe me at 22, you know, and she used to get the rag and the soap. Remember the big green soap? I forget what you call it. It was like some industrial soap, carbolic soap or something. So, but the soap did big and tough. The big green soap. Mommy used to like rub it into the rag. And I tell you, when mommy used to bathe me, see, when she used to bathe me, she bathed me. Like say, the way she'll scrub down my skin on that is like say she didn't want me to look like a white somebody. You know? Cause she just take the rag and the soap and just draw down on the legs them and that boy. But I tell you, if you ever see dirt, cause them days as us I used to play around the back in the mud, and if not in the mud, the back of the school I climb tree and them thing. All around my neck when my mother used to take the rag and wash around my neck and that boy. The amount of dirt, unbelievable. But that industrial big green soap boy, you know, my show says not just me as the Lauder family, or us as the Lauder family that did have that green big soap. I reckon many black people, you know, because them days was the hard time days and all that, you know. But the thing I never did like, boy, is when winter catch you, boy, winter catch you. Because mommy used to send me down Owen Road, down the VG shop, for go get 2 gallon of paraffin, you know. Like you put your money in the machine, put what you call it? You put the jug underneath and you put the hose in the jug, yeah. And then you just punch your paraffin and the paraffin just go down in the jug. You know, that time I walk with 2 gallons of the paraffin, and the way me and them set, you know, by the time me reach back down St. Mark's Road and that, I couldn't even, you know, I couldn't even take the two drug them off my fingers and that. It's like so my finger then just seize up the way then the corn and that, because boy, we did have to trod in some snow, you see. You know, some high step, because the snow was about about 2 foot high, if me not lying, you know. And them days was cold, you know, but the paraffin was for the lamp them. But the thing me could never do right, you know, when Daddy was out in the lamp them and him blow, it's only taking 1 blow, you know, probably once and twice it taking 2 blows, 2 puffy to blow out the fire in the lamp. But now me just go as him do so, boy, the fire out. Even, you know, as a little youth, me even tried that, boy, all 10, 20 blow me try and I couldn't do it. That time I figure open up the lamp and, you know, either blow out the fire or turn on the wick. Because them days we did have a thing them called a wick, you know. You could like either turn the wick up that we could have more heat, or turn down the wick where you can, you know, less paraffin it a burn. And it's when you're out the lamp is then you can smell the fumes of the paraffin, you know, just it stink, you know. But why them days we couldn't afford central heating on them thing. It was either the lamp or hot water tobacco, you know, just to keep it warm. And our house did big. When we said big, boy, it did big, and it was like a scary house, you know. I was some nights, especially Friday night, after Daddy would buy 9 fish and chips, yeah. So each and every one of us did have a bag of fish and chips each, and about say 4 or 5 buckle of big Corona pop, you know. And if it wasn't Corona pop, it was Top Pops. I don't know, you remember the Top Pop? We used to have enough pop them days, but you know, it's like as we don't eat with fish and chips and drink with pop and that. We used to have a film them called Appointment with Fear. That time I watch Appointment with Fear and that, and then when it's time for either one of my brothers to go to bed or brother Carol and that, you know, we used to like run the bottom of the stairs or creep up by the top of the stairs, the bottom of the stairs, and like say, the witch, the hand. That time Carol used to run back downstairs fast, you see. And if it wasn't Carol, it was either Alec, Vin, Claude, even myself, you know. But we used to scare one another because, you know, the house was that big and cold that, you know, more time we things are duppy in the house, you know. Plus we used to have enough rats. You know, you could be watching a film on that, and then the next thing you just see rat just a run from one room to the next, you know. And we used to just jump up on the settee, if not the settee, on the table. We used to be crying, "Mommy, Daddy, Mommy, Daddy," you know. So either if Mommy come now and that, she say, what wrong? And we just say, you know, we just see rats, you know, a rat just a run past, and you know, because we used to have enough rat in the house, you know. Yeah, whether if it's rat or mouse or not, you know, but them used to be everywhere. Being in say where our house was and that, right, it was at the back of a factory, you know. And I think say it's just the smell of the factory that the rat them come so them and live in our house, you know. Because them used to dig enough hole and that, you know, and lay them eggs on them thing. So we used to have to buy like rat trap, you know, just to catch the rat on them things. And sometimes, you know, we used to catch it, so in the end we have to go buy puss or get puss from a friend, you know. And we used to have a cat, and we used to do him job, you know. We used to have a black cat, but we forget the puss name. But more time like when Mommy come in from work now and she see the cat asleep on the telly, on top of the telly. She used to get the newspaper, you know. And she used to just wrap up the newspaper so and just go, "Get off the telly, you know," and the cat is meow, you know, and the cat gone for 6, you know. So more time when the pussy knows say mommy are coming from work and that boy, make sure say it not on the teddy or the windowsill because most of them would get some licks, you know. But those was the good old days, boy. The same telly, it was a 4-legged telly anyway, and then like 1 and 2 leg broke off. More time we used to did have to catch the telly, you know. But them days like hard times was on us, and we used to have to put half a crown in the back of the telly. Remember the half a crown them? You used to have to like just put the money in the back of the TV box and just turn it, and the money would drop down and the telly would come on for about probably half hour or so, you know. And it wasn't until when we did find out a trick that instead of you making the money go all the way down in the telly, you know, we used to like find out that if you make it just click a little, the telly would come on, you know, and probably you'd get a good probably 20 minutes out of it before it run out again, and then we just make it catch again on the next level until like the whole of the half a crown did finish, you know. But them days, you know, like you know, it was hard for we. Although we used to get pocket money every Friday, boy, we couldn't wait till when Daddy come in from work, you know, because we used to get we pocket money on them things off him, you know. Whether if it was half a crown, 3p or 6p, you know, we used to get enough pocket money each and every one of we. Could I remember me used to save my money in the Milo tin. Remember we used to have Milo. It's like drinking chocolate, but this one they call Milo. I used to just save all my half a crown, my 6p, my 3p, and my 8p on them things there, and until when it full up on that, we used to just count it out and buy myself something like a car or, you know, sweetie or something. So yeah, those were the good old days. Yeah, all Tupperware. Remember the Tupperware them? Mommy used to have a lot of Tupperware, you know, like the cup, Tupperware cup, you know, that we can drink with Ribena or orange squash out of, you know. And we used to have like Tupperware plates and them things that them couldn't break because they make out of plastic, but it's just the way them smell on that you could tell say it's Tupperware, you know, because it did have a funny smell to it, you know. Or like in the kitchen, when we did have to have a rota that each and every one of us, like the 7 children, did have it in turns to wash the dishes, you know. But sometimes the rota never worked out right, you know, because there was always arguing on whatever. But, you know, eventually they'd have to, the plate them they'd have to wash, or else there wouldn't be food for tomorrow. All jelly, I remember Mommy used to make enough jelly, like especially like Saturday night she would draw the jelly, you know, like break the jelly in squares and that, you know, and throw the hot water on it that it can set overnight, you know, and put it in the fridge. But sometimes when me, you know, so Mommy was sleeping and the rest of my brothers and sisters, I used to sneak down in the kitchen and open the fridge, and before the jelly set on that, I used to drink out enough of it and just put it back in there, you know. So when it's set now, you know, the jelly shrink, you know, but Mommy never did know about that. I don't think I did tell her. But me know, say when you hear this, or when you see this now, Mommy, you're gonna know. You know, all ice cream. I used to sneak downstairs and just scoop out enough of the ice cream, you know. I used to try and make it melt out that I could level it off again, but, you know, Mommy used to find out, say, that, you know, the ice cream being tampered with, you know. More time I used to get a good telling off because it wasn't fair on the rest of my brothers and sisters that was I eat out everything for myself. Or like when it, you know, it come to all the biscuits, we used to have some saucer cream crackers. Remember the cream crackers there? We used to have enough cream crackers on them thing, but although, you know, if we didn't have the butter for it, put on the saucer biscuit on that, it did taste nice saucer. You know. If we did have butter, it was Echo. we used to use the Echo butter, you know, the tough butter. As you scrape the butter upon the biscuit, and the biscuit just crumble up and broke. But still, you know, it did eat good, you know. As we used to use our white cap, you know, I think it was lard or something, so, but it did name white cap and Echo was the main oils we used to use in the cooking and that, you know. Our coconut mommy used to broke. She used to break the coconut on the floor and drink out the juice and that, you know. But she used to make enough greater cake and enough drops, gizzarda, you know, enough things, you know. And especially like with the cake, mommy used to bake and that. She used to just rub up anything and dash in this and dash in that. That's why, you know, we just call our cakes dashing, because she don't use ingredients and them things. She just dash this in and that in and just rub up everything and hope that it will, you know, hope that it will digest good. Sometimes it used to bind up her belly, you know. That's when me know some have to use the toilet and not why the rest of my family them have to stay downstairs, because I tell you boy, when me sit down on the toilet, I said the dude used to just draw tears to my eye. Can just see living eye water just come out of my eye. You know? Yeah. Those were the days. Yeah, talking about the toilet, my dad used to have a combination for the toilet, you know. Because sometimes the toilet, we couldn't get it to flush. So my dad used to have a combination, you know, where he would like rev up the toilet a few times, you know. And then we used to get the knock out, you know, where the toilet just flush. But every time me and my brothers and sisters tried to do it, we couldn't do it. One time we have to just leave the sauce of wee-wee in there, you know, until my dad come in from work. If not, the sauce of dodo in the toilet, you know, until my dad come in from work, so I can, you know, rev up the toilet and get it for flush. And if it wasn't the toilet, it was a rev up. We did the same telly, the one on the 4 legs then, you know, where the telly used to like conk out on me. But my dad used to have a way where we used to get the tapping spoon and just tap the back of